Salamu alaykum. Notice anything different? Yeah. Got me a little setup. Welcome. Thank you for hopping into my medicine bag, baby. Come on, let's unpack. My name is Nasra. My pronouns are they, them. I'm a spiritualist, an artist, and a cultural worker out of Western Canada. I'm Misquitchie, Alberta, Edmonton, Alberta specifically. And welcome to my medicine bag, where we take a look, snoop around, and see what medicines I've been gathering for myself with the hopes that they help you gather your own. Build your own beautiful bag of tips and tricks that support your spiritual and embodied truth. Today, I'm a little nervous. I don't know what it is. I feel the energy of good nerves, the kind of nerves that prove that you give a fuck. Definitely that. I'm already picking up on our collective's energy. I've been thinking about us all day. I've been resting. I retreated off social media. I dwindled down a little while ago to just TikTok and YouTube, and I took a little break from TikTok recently, and it was nice, girl. It was nice. So I'm hearing if you are being called to either take a step back or take a step forward. I'm also hearing in terms of your engagement online. Follow that hunch. I'm using an oracle deck today. Sacred Sites. It's honestly one of my most beautiful decks. I haven't pulled from her for a while, and when I was thinking about doing this reading specifically for the Pisces full moon, blood moon, lunar eclipse, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of activities are going on. I'm not an astrologer, but I do like to look at the sky for context around what is going on in my emotional reality, what's going on in the collectives. Being a Pisces myself, an stellium at that, which means I have more than one sign, planet rather, in Pisces. I say I'm gonna need to say a little something to the collective this go around. I come on here when I'm called. I'm disabled and chronically ill, so it's also when my body says I have it to give. That's when I give, and I'm trying to steer away from kind of feeling like, oh, I'm back. Sorry it took so long, because I'm rocking off my own timeline, and time ain't even real. It ain't even real. So I feel like that's a bit of a channeled message as well, that no matter what it might look like from the outside, your timing is your timing. There's no late, there's no early, there just is. Ashe? Ashe. Let's pray and get into it. Spirit, friends, and family of the Most High, my beloved ancestors, my beloved guides across all timelines, space, and dimension, I ask that you it's wild. I haven't done a reading in a while. I ask that you offer me the clarity, the courage, and the compassion to share whatever messages are necessary for our divine collective, for those you deem. I say this every time. Wow. Yeah. Hey y'all, welcome to my life. Spirit friends and family, the most high, my beloved ancestors, my beloved dead, my beloved spirit guides across time, space, and dimension. I ask that you make me a clear, compassionate channel for the collective and for whatever messages are necessary. For anyone coming across this, I ask that you give us any insight on what this Pisces full moon, lunar eclipse season, fall cuffing season, Virgo season. I ask that you give us any pertinent messages. I mean, sometimes I'll be wanting to add a little bit more to the prayer, and I'm like, do you want me to? And then they're like, nah, that's good. Also, coming to the channeling, I read cards for myself almost every day, but I'm getting, if you are somebody that has been interested in a deck or something else, I'm seeing even playing cards. I'm seeing dice for some reason. Shells, cowrie shells. I'm hearing whatever medium, especially if it has to do with something you do with your hands. If you're looking to start any kind of creative and or spiritual practice that relates to your hands, highly favorable time for that. If you're looking to build a schedule, I'm hearing, I was talking to a friend about this. If you've been looking at your calendars, even your daytime, like your day to day, they're saying you might benefit from seeing where you can have some more flexibility. I'm getting like caught up, like it's getting like harder to breathe. So I'm seeing, like I'm feeling taking more deep breaths, like scheduling your humanity is what I heard. Taking a look at your needs, also your needs as necessary, not optional, and scheduling them as if like you were a boss and you were beholden. If you need some of that like external idea of pressure, they're saying bring in an imaginary figure, just one that it isn't like mean. Right, because we're always in my house talking about how we can become the boss of our life and gain some more autonomy in our day-to-day living, but they're really big on schedule. Cut it down, add more, maybe add if you're gonna add, it has to be shit that's nourishing you. They don't want to see anything else. There's something about this being like a new like school season, back to school season. They don't want to see you go back to school if you can't handle the course load that you have right now. This is not a time to be adding work. This is a time to be making what you're doing already work for you. Unless I'm hearing you're changing the game entirely. Unless you're starting a new job, starting a new like venture, what have you. But not more of the same shit. They don't want that. Okay. Let's get into it. Karnak. Okay. So, this is the gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous card that we're working with. Karnak, it says. And I'm going to read from the book. But what's beautiful about this is every card is broken up into 3 parts: a lower self, middle, higher. So we have messages across each level of our consciousness. I'm going to take a nice little look here before. Obviously, this is the Eye of Horus. I used to have this. Something about protective amulets. If you're wanting to step into anything new, they're saying bring in a piece of physical clothing. I'm really seeing clothing that can help you step into that, your confidence. You can also work with like color therapy, looking at like the meaning of different colors and the energy behind different colors and seeing what calls to you. First thought, best thought, following your impulses, your instincts. And you could also look at the color wheel, like the colors of the chakras, and connect the color that you're just drawn to. Even if you just look at a motherfucking rainbow, color that you're drawn to, see which chakra that color aligns with, and it will offer you some further insight on what chakra you need to focus on to help you move into the new work, relationship, house, self. I'm getting a lot of ancestral wisdom from this, just from the Eye of Horus. The lions that are here, I think they're lions. The architecture, we've been talking a lot about structure with this Saturn, Pisces, retrograde energy. Saturn, thinking about Saturn more as like a grandmother energy versus she gets like grandfather a lot. But Saturn, I mean, you could do both. Grandparents is kind of like tough love, but a little less on the tough. Instead of tough, I'm seeing like assertive, clear, direct, you know? We have your best interest at heart. But we need you to get your shit on lock. See what I mean? I'm gonna read it because there's quite a few things. Like, there's just so much I know that it has to offer. Me calling in this deck too, or like seeing it in my mind's eye for this reading, is something in itself. And yeah, it is Egypt, of course. But it's, if you're thinking about traveling or wanting to like prioritize travel, even if it's within your city, go to a different side of the city. But especially like global travel related to your roots, your ancestry. Even I'm hearing, even if you can travel by way of music, by way of food, One thing I like to do in my romanticization of my life is I'll listen to like certain playlists that are set in certain places to amplify whatever like it is that I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like a little Italian cafe playlist when I'm when I'm making pasta or when I'm grocery shopping, or like some Sudanese bops from the 80s when I like the sun is pouring in a certain way, and I'm using my unsi, which is like frankincense, right? And I'm clearing the house. I'll put some of that. It's They're saying like tapping into other senses to help elevate the experience of time travel. I'm also hearing like daydreaming, imagining. Virgo season. Virgo is sister sign of Pisces. Pisces, all this Pisces is imagination and dreamland and what have you. They're saying you're gonna need all the help you can get. Not in a like negative way, but in a way of like you'll get the most bang for your buck as you activate your like Saturn grandpa, like adulty kind of getting the groundwork, Virgo earth sign, like details in order for you to make manifest the things that you are starting or improving or moving forward with. Your work, your friendships, your health, big on health, those details that you know more methodical. We got there. Okay. Work on the ground needs to be balanced with your dreamland, yeah. With your play, with your sense of faith, forgiveness, presence in a kind of other like whole worldly self, like the part of you that is here but is not, that is from here but is not of here, especially if you're any type of artist or spiritualist, creative on purpose, even though we're all creators. We really need that, like the nourishment of our creative spiritual selves in order to get through a lot of the like especially capitalistic based labor that's necessary to ground everything that spirit is moving through us, everything we're channeling, we need to be attached to an awake in the other realms in order to be awake and present in this one, and vice versa. We got to be on earth in order to be connecting to everything else that we are connected to intentionally. And connecting to like using your other senses to help you anchor into your manifestation. And that can just be listening to music that is from the food you're eating, or again, dressing the part, even if you don't have that job yet. Dressing like somebody that lives in that place, right? That you're seeing yourself maybe wanting to go and travel to. How can we bring it in to this current present space? Let's read the book. Okay, let's see. So the lower world. Let's take a look. Let's see if I can get it focused. Lower world. In the past, you may have been blinkered, but now the Eye of Horus, the ancient Egyptian protective symbol, allows you to see more clearly. The avenue at the great ancient Egyptian site of Karnak is flanked by statues of Amun, the ram-headed lion, protecting the effigy of Ramesses II, the most celebrated of pharaohs. Amun combined with the sun god Ra to become the almighty Amun-Ra. The lion's body represents power, strength, and a relentless fighting spirit, which, coupled with the ram's virility, fearlessness, and drive, make this deity a great protector. What is your protection against those who have hurt you? Do you wear a talisman? There it is. Perhaps in the form of the Eye of Horus or another protective symbol? Such a symbol can bring you good health and luck and keep you safe. When you open yourself up to higher spiritual vibrations, as you are doing now by working with these cards, protection is even more essential. Perhaps in the past you didn't set boundaries and allowed friends and family to take you for a ride. Learn to say no. Big on that protection so that it helps you step into these spaces with a sacred authority. I did the work to be here, so now I'm here, so what's up? But I know that I'm hearing like my shit's still fresh. So it's okay to need a little bit more support. If you're coming from a space where certain talismans or things like make you uncomfortable, because there's this idea that I grew up Muslim, I still consider myself Muslim, even though I'm very interfaith in my practice. But the idea that a physical thing has the ability to protect you outside of Allah is like very I offer you, obviously, do whatever you need to do to feel the closest to your truth and to God's truth. I understand it to be that everything that exists is Allah. Everything that exists is a piece of God consciousness, and that includes me and my intentions and my awareness that whatever protection I'm calling on for that of that specific thing is only possible because that thing is a part of God. It's not the thing and then God, it's everything is. And so the rock, this ring, I can turn this ring into a wedding ring if I so choose. If I decide that that's what it means to me and my circumstances, you know what I mean, and how I'm engaging with this thing, make it that. So whatever protection looks like to you, even if that is prayer, even if that's just a word over yourself, if that's a Bible verse, if that's a Quran, a surah, an ayah, if that's a piece of grass from outside, if that's I saw this video of this little baby girl who was holding a rotten lemon at the beach. She was just carrying this rotten lemon. It was hard as a rock. You know how they go. And this mom took a video and was like, just me and my baby girl and her rotten lemon against the world. So whatever it is, even if it is good night, even if it is a rotten lemon, let that motherfucker protect you down. There's no shade. So now we also have the middle world. Okay. All right. Does this image of the Temple of Mut appeal to you? Initially, a local deity, the goddess Mut, rose, let's see if I can get both of us. Yeah. Rose to prominence as queen of the gods, the mother protector, when her consort, Amun, became the king of the gods. Within the temple, there were some 700 statues of Mut, in her warrior form known as Sekhmet, that's my girl, depicted as a lion-headed woman. Each statue had a different inscription, such as Sekhmet the Great, Sekhmet beloved of Ta, and Sekhmet beloved of Sobek. I love Sobek. How many aspects do you have? Are you the parent, the child, the lover, the beloved, the friend, the enemy, the exploiter, the victim, the idler, the martyr? Which role do you embrace? Which would you rather not play? Be honest with yourself. It's time to release some of your roles completely. Some people may not like the real you, but Mut and the universe will support you as you stand in your authenticity. Yeah. One thing about a Virgo is is going to tell you what it is and what it's not, and who they are and who they're not, in detail. It's time. The path to true self-acceptance is accepting our multidimensionality. No matter which one of those roles you think you are, I promise you're 3 more. And some of those different roles you haven't experienced yet. You get to experience new parts of yourself when you experience new things. There becomes less of a stress of keeping one intact when you are giving yourself options. Now, this doesn't mean swallowing others' personalities or what the media is saying is this or that, or what homegirl who's getting a lot of followers is doing, or man's over there is doing, how he's talking to the girls, and how he's deciding what love looks like just because he got a lot of money and people are following him, or whatever it is. It requires a connection to your authentic self, which will always be multidimensional. It's okay to surprise yourself. It's okay to change your mind about who you are. It's okay to respond differently. And if you're in a group where the people aren't willing to move with you, have the courage to stand alone, because it's flying energy. We're dealing with the lions in here. We're dealing with the sun gods. Sobek and Sekhmet are ferocious, but they're connected to the protection of, I'm hearing children, Queen Mother. There's this like mama bear energy that they're saying, Spirit is saying, have that over yourself. Sobek's head is a crocodile. Sekhmet's head is a lion. And they're here for the children. And sometimes that's what it takes to protect your most authentic self, which will also always be connected to your inner child. That like genuine excitement, genuine curiosity, genuine, oh shit, hold on, wait, no, I don't want to go, I don't want to leave, I like talking to you, no, wait, I don't want to stop this, wait, I'm hyper-focusing, whoa, how many hours has it been, oh, I should drink some water. We're waking up those parts of ourselves. Eesh. If you're tired of how pissy or irritable you get around somebody, how quick to judge or how quick to react or how quick to anger, because there's something that you're defending constantly, you're protecting yourself from constantly. There's a lot of energy around protection right now, and with Pisces, I think one of the most it's a sign that represents the most vulnerable of us, this sick, disabled, homeless. We haven't been protecting the children capitalistically. There's been way too much child sacrifice for my fucking liking to uphold the systems that are running us into the ground. And that's not just, they haven't just stolen actual children for that, they've taken the inner child from us. The entire schooling system is built to break that child down and turn that child into a worker, into a laborer. And we're more than that. Work is sacred. Khalil Gibran says work is love made visible. That will always be a part of our existence as embodied beings. There will always be work. It does not have to be like this. And the only one that can make that assertion is you, for you. If we're going to build a new collective system that relies on something else than the hopes, dreams, lives, bodies of actual children, African children, we're not going anywhere. So in order to uphold that new world, we can't fight for something that we don't feel like is benefiting us. And that's not on a selfish tip. That's on a I am a part of, I am outside of me and you are inside of me. Like, we're all connected. So if you're not doing what you can do to protect the sacred dreams and goals and curiosities and personality and sauce and vibrancy of your unique individual self, your inner dude, your inner child, you're not gonna have too much juice to go out here and do it for some other kids and for the world and for the, it's not because you don't know what you're fighting for. You're not feeling what it is that you're fighting for. So if there's a lot of defensiveness happening right now, watch where you're feeling the most like you have to like be a bit of a brat, which is fine if you're choosing it, but like, are you bucking at your again, I'm getting the scheduling thing. Oh, I wish I could. Oh, I wish I had time for, what you do. You have to carve it out though. You have to be the grandpa, the grandma that says, no, little da-da-da is not coming to do this today. They have to do this. And I feel like I've used this example before, but there's a really big emphasis on protection, which I feel like is an emphasis on our vulnerabilities. Where are you feeling vulnerable that you need to be the one to step up? And Pisces can fall into victimization a lot. Helplessness, hopelessness. Because on the other side of that is togetherness, connection, faith, right? Where in your, for me, it's the day-to-day. Where in your day-to-day life are you giving up? Are you saying, I hope this happens, versus I'm gonna make this happen. This will happen. And you can leave open room for like, and however, inshallah, however God will. One of my biggest prayers is my will is aligned with the divine's. My willpower is aligned with the divine's will for me. What God wants, I want, is the other way to say it. And what I want, God wants. Best. And then see what unfolds. Yeah? At the top, move forward as the warrior. Don't fucking play with me. What did I say? Sekhmet offers her protection as you make life changes, whether they are minor or major. Sekhmet is the destroyer of enemies and offers healing to those in her favor. Call upon her to shield you from the negative energies of others. All too often you get caught up in other people's dramas and take on their problems. You can use what did I say about the defensiveness? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. You can use the ceremony below to call on Sekhmet to eliminate such conflicts from your life. Sekhmet warns you not to let angry or vengeful feelings, said what I said, take charge, or to allow old grudges and patterns of behavior to get in the way of change. You can book me for a reading. My information is in the description box below. Sekhmet will dispose of your enemies for you, whether these are other people, or your own inner demons, probably both, and offers to be your guide and protection. I'm going to take a picture of this. Actually, no, I'm not. Place an image of Sekhmet in a place that is special to you. Actually, I'm going to leave this. Yeah. I'm gonna leave this. But if you want to go and look up more on Sekhmet, I highly, highly recommend it. She is a beautiful, beautiful guide. A fierce ass bitch. Rawr. Okay? Yeah. I'm hearing if you wanna be a writer, write. If you want to be a musician, make music. If you want to be a teacher, teach a friend something. If you want to be a speaker, press record on your phone. Audio record. You ain't even got to do all of this. Take a step without all of the narratives around what you need to do or get or buy or be or look like to be in this vision of yourself, this dreamlandia, eating, you know what I mean, a arugula salad on a terrace somewhere in Morocco. I don't know. They eating couscous in Morocco. Do they eat arugula? Anyways. Like I said at the beginning, you bring that world into you through your senses, wearing it, touching it, smelling it, eating it, doing it. Don't feel like you have to get where you need to go to get where you need to go. You don't gotta get there to get there. We do that a lot. I do it, but it's a gift to be able to see where you want to get to. That's you giving that inner kid the mic and being like, you know what, fuck what they said, fuck what, I don't care. Like, what do you think? And maybe it's not an astronaut anymore, maybe it's not da-da-da, but what are aspects of those childhood dreams that are still very true to you today? Because we want long-term stability, and that can only come from a true sense of fulfillment and satisfaction that comes a lot of the time from just getting to be yourself and be taken care of and be revered for being, not what I'm gonna do today. I'm a writer because I am a writer. I love being a writer, and being a writer is the aspects of me that are constantly finding an analogy when I'm talking. You know, I'm telling my friend something and I'm pulling a like and a as, a simile, a metaphor to describe it. So even like I said before, like if you're wanting to be a writer, right? It's also about recognizing how you're already doing that thing. How you're already in that world somehow. You have a pinky toe, because if you are yearning for it, it's probably because you're already there, babes. And I know I say you don't gotta get there to get there, but sometimes you need to recognize how you're already there to remain there and just take up more space. Fill up that identity with more energy, because you're not actually trying to become anything you aren't already. You're just giving it more attention so it takes up more space. The more space it takes up, the more you want to give it attention. The more attention you give it, the more space it takes up, and all of a sudden now other people can see it on you. They're asking you about it. Because they're asking you about it, or they're seeing it on you, you want to share it more, you share it more, and now, you feel me? And they're also saying, if you need that protection, call that in, because sometimes when you start to take up, often, your sense of self, your true authentic self, sense to take up space, when it gets to that place where other people can feel it on you, that's when you're going to start to see who's really here for you in your freest self, or who's here for who you were when you were small and it fit and was convenient for them, or your demons were playing nice with their demons and now your demons are out eating arugula salad. I actually really like arugula. It's really spicy, and not spicy in the African way because I be eating spice, but I mean like for a green. Anyways, somebody might need to get more greens in their more color in their palette, food palette, but also real life palette. I definitely need more color in my clothing palette. Congratulations on how far you've come. I'm really proud of you. I trust you. I say this every time. I trust you with you. And I hope that offers you a little bit of juice to trust yourself. Because literally, not even me, I ain't got no answers for you that you didn't have locked up in there somewhere. That me saying everything I've said to you just tapped on the lock. Like, I found it, and now you can go ahead and unlock it. Yeah. Analogies, metaphors. I'm a writer, I'm a poet, okay? Big love. If you need extra support in any way, shape, or form, I offer 15, 30, and an hour long readings. You can check out my website. Please stay hydrated. Listen to your body. Get your time back. And you gonna get your life back. You're the boss. Sekhmet and the Queen Mothers said so. Okay? Thank you for coming to my medicine bag, baby. I hope the unpacking wasn't too strenuous. Bye, y'all.